Welcome back to another episode of QuaniTEA Radio. It is your host, Big Quan, not the little one, and I am back with a special guest today, Miss Leila Loca.
Hey y'all. Y'all already know it's your girl Leila Loca. Thank you, QuaniTEA Radio, for having me out here all the way in Stockton.
Yes.
I'm just happy to be here.
Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you for driving all the way out here. I know it could be traffic on the freeways, highways, but you came out here, so I really appreciate it. Giving me your time, because time is very valuable, so I really do appreciate it. You are a podcast host, a counselor, influencer, if you will, creative, and a beautiful woman at that.
Thank you, girl.
So, I want you to introduce yourself. For the people that don't know Leila Loca, who you are, go ahead and just give a brief summary about yourself for everybody.
Okay, so I'm Leila Loca. Like she said, I am a vocational counselor, development specialist. That's my day job. Working with students, helping the youth transition into the world, and finding options of, vocational skills that work for them, making sure they know what their purpose is and finding out who they are and making sure they're ready for the world. And also, I am a podcast host of Locally Verified or Loca's Vibe Check. They are both my podcast, but Locally Verified is more on the press side, whereas Loca's Vibe Check is where I have interviews and I talk to people like QuaniTEA and, like-minded individuals, artists, entertainment, whatever you have. And influencer, that's a little bit. I'm not really, I'm trying to get in my influencer bag, but, I like to travel. I like to just do lifestyle content, day in the life, things like that, and go to events and, that type of nature. But, yeah. That's me.
Okay. That was a very good description about yourself. You do
Thank you.
lot.
Thank you.
Multifaceted for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a segment that I just started called Authenticity.
Ooh.
And it's about just diving into the person that you are that nobody really knows about. You could give a fun fact about yourself. Just anything that someone wouldn't guess about you, they wouldn't know about you. What is something that you want to reveal about yourself?
I'm like a theater nerd.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
I'm like a theater nerd. Like, I love everything theatrical and like Broadway and like cultural and things like that. Like, when I was young, my mom used to have me in these like all these lessons all the time, and so I just felt like I got to experience a lot of different types of entertainment, I guess, and around a whole bunch of different people, so, I picked up piano, I picked up Spanish, I picked up a lot of little things. Yeah.
Really?
I'm really nerdy, girl.
So you know how to play the piano? Like, you can play me a song and everything?
I can play you a song.
You done been, so when you say, like, Broadway and stuff, so have you been in any, like, plays or?
No. Oh, well, when you're young, it was things like that. Like, my mom would put me on independent studies because we would have to do these shows for a couple weeks around the Bay Area and stuff, in the morning and at night. So we would take our homework, all the kids, we would do our homework together and, stuff like that. But as an adult, no, I kind of took a break from it for a really long time. So the last time I did a lot of I guess in front of the camera work was 2018. I would do a little things I was in 13 Reasons Why.
Okay.
I was like a cheerleader on Netflix, but that was really
that's something, girl.
Yeah, that was the last thing though. That was a long time ago. So now, I'm getting back into it and I'm older. I really focused on the educator part of me because that's also my passion.
Yeah.
So, I finally found the balance and, I'm doing both now, so.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's interesting because I'm not super into the theatrics and things like that, but it does interest me. So it's I want to know. So I've always wanted to go to a Broadway musical or a play or something like that. Go to New York and see that. We just went to go see
Broadway New York was just out here.
Really?
We got to go see The Lion King, me and my mom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Rafiki sung the house down. I don't know who that was. Actually, I think her name was Timby, but yes, I was looking. I was like, who is this girl? Because I know other Broadway shows, if she's in it, she sang marvelous, you know, she has a marvelous voice. But yeah, so they have them out here. We should go.
Yes, we're gonna go. Take me. Let me know. Let me know what the next date is, because we're gonna go. And that's gonna be our little date. So I want to get into your background. Where did you grow up? What was your childhood like your upbringing, your family dynamics? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm the baby on my mom's side. But on my dad's side, I'm the big sis.
Okay.
But I feel like I'm big sis anyway. No.
Little big sister.
You know, literally. Me and my sister just was talking about that last night. But I grew up in Fairfield. I also lived on and off my whole life in, like, Vegas, Fairfield, you know. So I think also living in both places, whereas, like, in Vegas, they had more stuff to do than Fairfield. Fairfield ain't got
nothing.
A lot of things to do.
Not nothing like that.
But Vegas had me, like, you know, experiencing some other stuff when I, like, as a kid. And that's what I said. I was always into the theater stuff. I was always doing stuff, like, walking in, not like really walking like a New York Fashion Week, but like doing fashion shows. Like, I've always been a creative person. Me and my cousins would make up dances, make up, you know, fashion shows. We would try to be the Spice Girls and be like, you Scary Spice, I'm Baby Spice, you Posh, and we just know the routine. I come from a very, very talented family, I would like to say. Like, my cousins can sing. I wasn't blessed with that gene. I could hold a note. Nah,
I can hold a little note now.
But they could really sing. Like, you know, we used to be dancing. When I say I'm theatrical and I have this creative side, it's really because of how I was brought up. Like, my brother is a producer. My sister, she's used to sing too. Like, just a very creative family. And my mom supported us and all of that, so...
Okay. Yeah. So who was in Vegas so that you were back and forth between Fairfield and Vegas?
Oh, my granny still live out there.
Okay, grandma.
Yeah, but my granny, she from Texas, but she ended up coming out here, living in Oakland, and then having, you know, her kids, and then they was raised in, like, Richmond, and then they ended up going to Vegas, and then it was just that back and forth, like... So our whole family would come out here, and then our whole family would go out there. Okay. So now it's just us out here, and then, you know, my granny, my aunties, they still out there, but, you know.
And you still go visit grandma and...
Oh, yeah, 100%. Okay, I just talk to her.
Check on granny.
Yeah, of course. Our family is very close.
Okay, that's
really,
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So with, like, your family being, like, super talented and having you say your brother was a producer, did that make it more prone for you to try to get into the entertainment industry with hosting your podcast and things like that?
Yeah. I've always wanted to do that. So when I moved back to Vegas the last time was in 2017, and I was going to school at UNLV. And I was going to school for communications and media studies, and I had an internship with One Sound Group and Rise Radio in Las Vegas. So basically I was like a production intern. I would just help with the events and do like little commercials on the live radio type stuff, and do interviews. So the first interview I ever done in my whole entire life was P&B Rock, rest in peace.
I've seen that. How was that?
Intimidating a little bit because, of course, how was I? I think I was 20 or 21, and I was like, yeah, I want to do this, and it was like, okay, we'll do it tonight. And I was like, oh, let me find me an outfit.
Yeah.
So, and it went good. It's not like how it is today, where I think people are like in your face with the media and how media is today. So I think it was a little bit easier back then for me to just, it's Vegas too, get in those spaces, and I have a job to do. Yeah. You know, like, so it was cool, it was respected, and they were very nice, and it was serious. That was the thing. I didn't realize. I was like, oh, this is serious.
Like, this is the real job. I gotta work for real.
And they depended on me.
Yeah.
So, but after I did it, I was like, oh, I think I could really do this.
Yeah. So did that, like, inspire you to be like, okay, you know what? I'm about to do my own thing. I'm about to start my own thing.
Yeah. Because I would still work with them and stuff. But after a year of living in Vegas as an adult, I was like, I can't do this. I'd rather go back to California. Yeah. And that's when I did, like, 13 Reasons Why and everything. And then now I have my own thing. So, like, you know, trying to have my own... press and media company type thing. So
okay, how did you get into getting the role with 13 Reasons Why?
I knew a couple people that were on it, and I was like, how? And they're like, just make this account and on this casting website, and they were looking for cheerleaders, and I also was a cheerleader and a dancer when I was young, so
it was meant for you.
They were like, we're looking for real cheerleaders. I'm like, well, I got a picture right now of me hitting a split and hitting a scorpion, so what more do you need? Yeah. And then I just did it. Yeah,
that's
it was
amazing.
fun. It was seasons, I think season 3, a little bit of season 2 and season 3.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that. I'm gonna check you out on there, girl. So when you started your podcast, what was like your vision for your podcast, and from then to now, has that vision changed?
My vision in the first place, I just wanted to get out there, do my interviews. I really honestly just wanted to get out there. Yeah. It was one of those things like, stop talking about it, do it. Mm-hmm. I want to do my interviews. I want to talk to other like creatives in the community. But, of course, it's expanded to now. But it really was just about stop talking about everything that you want to do and just do it. You've done it before, or other things, not necessarily a podcast. You push yourself to do it. Why are you so scared to do this one? Just do it. And it really honestly started off as as an assignment for school. They were like, you have to do these type of interviews and stuff. And I was at the college. I wasn't enrolled at the time because I went back to school. So I wasn't enrolled at the time, but my old professor, who I love, shout out to Puff, he was like, yeah, you can come use the studio. I'll record it for you. I'll edit for you. And I was like, yeah. So then I did the first one, and it was just really like, it was an assignment. I wasn't at that school. Like, I was on a online school. So instead of just doing this, I'm like, if he could record it, I'm going to submit it for that. And the first one was just a trial and error, and it kind of just ignited me to just go harder. And I was like, I could really do it. So yeah.
So, like, I know you had mentioned you were just like, why are you so scared to do it? Like, why are you, like, second-guessing it? Kind of like, so was it just, like, that fear of, what if it's not good? Or do I believe in myself? Was it a confidence issue? Or what do you think held you back from starting? Because I know sometimes for me, it's like, I'll judge myself and be like, oh, my God, like, how are people going to receive me? Yeah. So what was it for you that held you back?
It was a consistency issue. Like, I didn't want to start nothing that I felt like I wasn't going to be able to keep up with. And do I really have the passion for it? As much as I say I want to do it, just going through a time where I just was feeling like that's something that I need to be doing, like creating instead of constantly focusing on things I have to do. Like, get your outlet, like do things that, will make you happy. So, but I was just nervous about being consistent with it. So I'm just proud of myself right now. It's been a year, y'all. So I know.
Yes, kudos to you, girl. So, yeah, that's amazing. And you're still going. So, I'm proud of you for keeping it going.
Thank you.
So what's one connection that you've made through doing your podcast that has really impacted your life? It could be an interview that you did with somebody. It could be something someone said to you during an interview. Just that one important staple that's impacted you.
So it might be funny, but when I first started my podcast on Threads, I had met these people. And they were like, come in LA, come work, this and this. And I ended up being able to be on like Ray J's Twitch and on his like live stream. And we're supposed to be doing another interview, but whatever.
Ray J.
But girl, exactly. So, but not even that, but just the people that I met within that. Like, they're in LA and they still sending me stuff about, like, Bay Area. Or they sending me stuff like, come out here for this. Like, they invited me to, like, there was a Grammy party. There was a whole bunch of stuff that, I'm not gonna lie, they really, mess with me. Yeah. So
keeping that contact with you and making sure that they, put you on to certain things,
Yeah. So they had me like meeting with a whole bunch of people and connecting and networking, being at like landmarks in LA. Like, I forget, you know, I'm like, I could cuss.
Yes, you
okay,
can
so like, you know, I'm a young hoe. I don't know his name off of BG's, but his house, I had to text my mama like,
oh my god, girl.
I was like, yeah, I'm over here. She like, oh, that's so nice, I'm sure. But, you know, I was like, yeah, just in that first year, I was like, okay, I made those good connections and they're good people. So shout out to April and Monet.
Yeah,
so.
shout out to April and Monet, y'all. So that's dope. Like, that's really dope. So you always have that opportunity to, you know, go out to LA, work with them, and or vice versa. They come out here and y'all guys still get a chance to collaborate. Not
necessarily Ray J or nothing, but, you know, I'm just saying, like, they have other connects that put me in places to, you know, get some good content and kind of, like, push my podcast a lot. Yeah. Like, out of just genuine, you know, being nice. So, yeah.
How was that with Ray J? You know, he a goddamn fool. So, like, when you met him, was he, like, really, like, what everybody think he is when they see him from the outside in? Or was he, like, really, like, oh, he's a cool guy? Like,
no, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the thing is, he has said before, and he was like, I know how to make everybody talk about me. It's that easy. I can say anything, and y'all just gonna eat it up. And when I just found that out, I'm like, yeah, it's media. That's why I said media is different today than it was, like, back when this was, like, 2017 when I did other interviews. So it's like everybody, I'm not going to say everybody's playing, but sometimes things are just for clicks and views and content. So when I went over there, I was with these guys from the company Radio Pushers from New York. And they were, like, showing them their music and playing it on Twitch so it can get, you know, gain traction and, you know, that kind of stuff. And it was just real business. We smoked this blunt, did the little, you feel me, the live stream, playing their music. And, yeah, because my mom was like, and when you go out there, don't be, I'm like, you don't know your daughter, girl. Ain't nobody worried about that man.
Worry about Ray J, mama.
I'm cool. Like, it's business. But, yeah, it was cool. It wasn't, I think he just does a lot of stuff for clicks and views, even though, you know, that's his thing, though.
He's clickbait. He do
that's
clickbait.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. When I was over there, it was just regular.
Yeah, just work, you know. We just working, and he was a cool dude. Okay, so let's get into you being a vocational counselor. So, what made you want to do that? I know you said that's your passion. So, what, like, makes you feel like it's just thriving inside of you? Like, you know what? Like, I have to do this. Like, this is, like, something that you want to do to help the children, or is it something that you were passionate about when you were younger? Or, like, how did that come about?
So my mom's a teacher.
Okay.
So I had started at her job, like, as a paraeducator when I was, like, 21, just, you know, helping out with special needs and being, like, the aide. And then I saw the job, the vocational specialist, and I was like, okay, let me go see what that's talking about. So I applied. I ended up getting the job, right? So I'm 22. I don't really know much about helping nobody transition into their life.
You trying to transition?
Yeah, I was like, shit, I need a vocational counselor.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah. I was like, everybody could benefit from somebody like that because you're young and you don't even know what's out there. Like, I tell my students all the time, there's this type of trade, there's this type of school, there's this. And they're like, for real? I'm like, yeah, and they'll help you get a job and, you know, things like that. But, I always have one student where I think it really changed my outlook on it. So I didn't know he lived down the street from me, but his dad was dying of cancer. And when I first got him, he was mean, you know. And over the years, we built a relationship, and he really, really wanted to get a certain type of job, a job that made him feel like a man. Yeah. Because he also had, like, learning delays, and he didn't want to be defined by that. Like, he could do something. So he would always be like, I want to do this with my brothers and this and this. So then we worked all year long tirelessly, and it was times he got an attitude with me, it was times I got an attitude with him. And then we finally got him that. We had to go through so much stuff, get him a new social security card. It was just a lot, right? So we finally got him that job, and I think maybe, like, not too much longer after he got the job, his dad passes away. And he just really wanted to get a job so that he could be able to help his family. And because his dad was, like, the breadwinner, you know, his mom had to go back to work. But it just, like, it felt so good knowing that I helped him with that. And I know he felt good. He would always come visit me. He was like, what kind of candles you like? I'm like, don't buy me nothing with your money. This is my job. I'm getting paid regardless. But he was just very happy about it, and that's my little buddy. But the fact that he was able to, you know, do something that makes him proud, makes his family proud, and is stable. I think that for me, because I remember telling my supervisor, I was crying. I was like, girl, you know, I was like, it's just so sad how people have have things going on in their lives.
Yeah.
You don't even know about them.
You wouldn't even know the way they carry themselves, too.
And he was angry, girl.
Yeah.
But after all of that, he one of the sweetest little kid. He not a little kid. He's a grown man now, but just the sweetest person I know right now, and, you know, really taking care of his family. So I'm just proud of him. He works on base now and, you know, doing that. So.
Okay. And would you say, like, that's the most fulfilling part of your job, is just knowing that you were able to help them with resources and see them succeed, you know, and, you know, just have them flourish. Like, I had a part in that, like, and just seeing them just be a successful person.
Yeah. Even though I knew he could do it, you know, he just needed that connection because he has that learning delay. So he might not read the paperwork right, or he might not understand it. So there I go coming in like, no, you know, helping him with this, direct deposit, all types of stuff that he probably... And, you know, he probably could get help from somebody else, but it's like you have these services where I can come in and help you so you don't have to stress out about it. We can get it done in a timely manner. So, yeah, I do feel good about that, but he really was doing the work.
Okay. I also seen that you're into cooking, fitness, wellness, things like that. I was looking at your highlights, and I was like, well, that look good, girl.
Thank you.
So, where did that, like, come from, you having that urge to, like, just want to cook and having that passion for cooking?
I'm greedy.
Let me tell you, that's lit. You like to eat, you gotta know how to cook.
I like to eat. That's it. That's really it. I just like to eat. And I try to start like juicing and getting healthier. Like I was diagnosed with PCOS. So I don't know if you know a lot about that, but a lot of women now are getting diagnosed with that.
Okay.
And so to reverse that type of stuff, I was like, let me juice, let me work out, and let me do this and still eat my good food. But yeah, just maintaining health.
Talk about your journey with PCOS for those that don't know what it is. Just give everybody like some information about that and the symptoms, because people may not know they had it.
Yeah.
Because I know it's a...
Good girl.
Sorry, y'all. We are recording and somebody is outside screaming. It is kind of hard to ignore. We keep this podcast as authentic as we can, so this will be in the episode.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah, raw and uncut. Jesus, they need some help out there.
Yes, I'm like, you okay?
I don't think so. But yeah, just take us on your journey with PCOS, and you know, because I know, I think I was looking up something when I was on my my period app, and because my period would be coming like late, or sometimes it would be heavy, and I'm just like, what is going on? And it did have some of those symptoms of PCOS. That's the only reason I know about it. It's like I heard people talk about it before, but it's like, oh, like, do I have it? I never really went and got tested for it or anything like that, but I did have a couple of those symptoms that kind of concerned me when it came to my period.
I will say, always question everything, even at the doctors. Yes, they are doctors, but PCOS is not researched enough for them to really give you the diagnosis like your primary doctor. You should go see an endocrinologist, because I would always go to the doctor because I just knew something wasn't right. Like, I just felt weird. I would have the same thing, like irregular periods, but I just felt like, I don't know, like I would be on birth control, I just would feel weird. I don't know, I just would look at all the symptoms, and it was saying like irregular periods, weight gain, infertility, things like that. And I was in a relationship for a really long time, and I had no pregnancy scares. So, and then that's another thing, I would get this pain in like my uterus so bad, so I would keep going, and they're like, no. And then one day she was like, no. And then, you know, they tell you always ask them to document when they tell you no.
Yeah.
So I was like, can you document that you're not going to give me an ultrasound in my uterus, please? And then she's like, well, fine, because you're too young and this, and this. Whereas now that I've researched, you can have PCOS at the age of like 8. And usually for girls that start their periods really young, and I started mine at like 9.
I started mine young too.
So
yeah.
It's been a thing. Wow. And I know somebody that was like, they've been on like the medicine since they were a kid. So it's just, she was telling me all types of stuff, and sure enough, I went to the doctor and she knew. And I was pissed off because I feel like I could have got on it a long time ago had I been listened to. And you know how they say like medical misogyny and then medical discrimination because we're black and you know, all kind of stuff. So you really, really got to know what you fighting for or talking about. But yes, once they did that, I was like, give me everything. But then after a while of researching, they don't know either. So I was like, let me try to be healthy.
Yeah. And take it into your own hands, because ain't nobody going to help you out like you can help yourself.
Exactly.
Because I feel like I already have my beliefs about doctors and things like that. Like, I'm just going to you simply just to make sure I'm okay. And if I'm not okay, I'm going to take it into my own hands.
Yeah.
Because Big Pharma trying to make their money.
Yeah.
So it's like, as long as they give you
and
the medicine.
And we pumping ourselves up with all these ingredients and all these
and hormones and all this type
we
of
don't
stuff.
even know.
Exactly. So do you feel like you have been successful in easing your PCOS symptoms?
Oh, yes, girl.
Yeah.
I was big backed.
Shut up. Oh, my God.
Well, and also, too, with PCOS, weight gain is a symptom, but you also have high cortisol levels because you are stressed out.
Yes,
it just
anxiety,
makes you more,
all type of stuff.
More, like, triggered, I guess. So, yeah, once I started juicing and walking and working out and doing that, I was doing kickboxing, boxing, I was doing all types of stuff. Yeah, I think I dropped like 40 pounds. I was like, thank God.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm good right now. I'm more stable. Periods are more regular.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm happy to hear that.
I need to juice them juices, y'all.
Yes, I need to definitely get back on my juicing, because So, how important is self-care to you?
Really important, because if I didn't have that, I feel like I probably wouldn't be able to keep going and doing the things that I do. I try to travel. I try to do fun stuff. I try to literally do whatever I want.
Yeah.
You know, so, I think that it's very important. Get you a massage. Go get your feet done, girl. Go, go have a mimosa. Go work out. Yeah. Go do a facial. Go buy you some new perfume. Go get you some clothes. All that is self-care to me, and I feel like you need it in order to keep going. So if I didn't have that, the consistency thing that I was talking about earlier, like, I probably wouldn't be as consistent.
Yeah, because you'll be working until people work until burnout. Like, I cannot be working until I'm like, okay, like, work, and then I'm just like burnt out at the end, like no room to even care for myself, so that's why I'm like, I'm so big on self-care. I'm like, I'm gonna work, but I'm gonna reserve one day at least, to take care of myself and recharge and reset. So, like, what would your day of reset consist of?
Cooking good food, probably like washing clothes, resetting for the week, juicing, doing a hair mask, or...
My son keep calling me. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Doing a hair mask or like foot mask. I do those a lot, hair mask and foot mask.
I just discovered about that foot mask too, where take all that dead skin off.
The purple one?
Yep. I see it on Amazon.
That's the one. And then they got the Aquaphor one, the hydration mask.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check that one out too.
That one's really nice. And then, just...
What does your day of reset consist of?
So it's usually just, washing clothes, doing a meal prep, cooking some good food, or juicing, doing a foot mask.
That foot mask.
The Aquaphor one.
Yeah.
Or doing a hair mask. So previously, me and my best friend, we used to have a hair oil, like, little company with hair masks and stuff like that. So we didn't do it. Rest in peace to her. Shout out to Ari. But I still do the masks and I still do the oils, and I actually was thinking about bringing it back.
Bring it back.
Bringing it back because I know the products work. But yeah, just taking care of my hair and my skin and my body.
Yes. Okay.
Watching something good and eating something good.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like my reset day consists of like the same thing, like whether I'm just meal prepping for the week, because sometimes it can get hectic trying to figure out things to eat every single night. So, you know, just meal prepping a little bit, washing the clothes, and, you know, making sure my son is good and he's taken care of, and, you know, everything is just set up for the week. Yes. Because once that week it started, and it ain't having no mercy. So, you know, just preparing my mind and my mental just for the week. Also, I see that you are nominated for the Boss Moves Award for the Best Female Lead Podcast.
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, how did that come about? Like, and how did you feel when you learned that you were nominated for that award?
I was really excited, honestly, because like I said, I hadn't been doing it that long, and I'm going to be real. I'm not expecting to win at all.
Don't say that.
No, I'm just being honest, though. Like, I was just grateful for the fact that I'm in a category like that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'll give credit where it's due. Other people have been, you know, showing out and doing their thing. If I win, you already know.
Like you already know, I'm finna pop it.
But I don't have expectations. Like I said, I was putting myself out there, and I'm just very grateful for the opportunity. Like, I just thought this was really good. This is great exposure. And, you know, I'm just excited just to be there.
Yeah.
Get dressed
really
and go somewhere.
Yeah, on the red carpet,
you
like, put on your best, you know?
Exactly.
Okay, so, like, what does being recognized, like you said, you only been doing this a year, so what is being recognized for this type of award? Like, how does that feel? Like, how does that impact you as a woman that's creating her own lane?
It makes me feel really good because everything that I put in for the work was not for nothing. You know, like, people are seeing my work and see that it's not a joke to me, and I'm, you know, really trying to build something big. So that just made me feel really good, and it motivated me to do more. Like, we talking about other avenues and that we can go with the podcast, like bringing events or just putting on for Northern California. Like, it just made me think about just a whole bunch of other things. So,
like, I can do this. Like, I am doing this, and I can do this, you know? So what are you striving for? What does the next 5 years look like for you from your vision right now? Like, where do you want to be in the next 5 years with the podcast, with, you know, working your job, just all in general? What do you think that is for you?
So if I'm going to keep a 9-to-5, like, we're going to push for, like, production management, project management, because even with my job, we have film camp every year. So with film camp, I'm super involved, you know? So just even being involved, and we've been doing that since, like, 2019. Yeah. So the fact that I can kind of intertwine both jobs and how I have been, I'm like, I know I can do project management for sure. But also for my podcast, I want to be that person. Like I said, I write articles for different magazines like CEO and Her, Women's Empowerment, Artist Uncut, Black Vine News, Bleed, things like that, so that Northern California can get more press and just get out there and get shown more and highlighted more. And that's literally my goal, to highlight over here more. Like, I've done work in LA, I've done work in Vegas. I haven't really done work here in the Bay Area and beyond, Northern California, but that's really my goal, to where people come here and they know that they can get the same type of publicity or press, you know, with whatever. Like, if they were to go to LA, if they were like to go to New York or Atlanta or something, y'all can stop by San Francisco. Like, we have greats too that can push you, and we also have publicists and press and media that can highlight y'all, and we have events that can bring people out here and just be that you know, that one-stop place here too. So
that's amazing. I love that you're thinking outside the box, because everybody can be just so for themselves, but you want to highlight everyone that's a part of, like, Northern California. I know, like you said, it's so easy to go down to Southern California and go to LA. You know, like, oh, that's like the go-to. Right. But we want to put it in people's minds, like, no, I'm finna go to Northern California as well, because they got stuff going on up there, and I know I can get the shine, and I can go out here and collaborate with different people, and I'm welcomed, most importantly, you know?
Because a lot of, I mean, they hate to give it to us, but like the world, or not the world, but we're just gonna say United States, whatever. They're heavily influenced by California. Everybody wanted to be from California at a point in time.
Yep.
And they only focus on LA, and there's plenty of other opportunities like Northern California. Even Southern California is influenced by Northern California, but we're just so small, and we don't really have the, I guess, the publicity to do it or anything. But they don't even know. They'll probably think something is from LA, but it really came from over here. You know, type of thing. So just highlighting and show them what we got and where we come from, and you know, and be, like you said, welcoming, and knowing that you can come here and make some stuff happen. So, because I'm sick of our people leaving. Oakland done left,
like they gotta
A's done
leave
left.
Like, no, we can come back.
Literally.
Yes.
No way.
So where do you see your podcast and that aspect too? Like, okay, you say you want to open up like a media company and do production and things like that. So, I mean, where does that leave room for your podcast at?
That leaves for my podcast to still be doing, like, highlighting other people, but they know when they come to my podcast, you can get some articles written about you, some other publicity. My podcast is really to highlight, like, you know, interviews and everything like that, but I do want to be able to push you. I want to be able to get, like, a team, an agency, like, if you need some help, if you want to get broadcasted over here, like, it was, like, I have other, like, connections to where, like, you can get stuff done in LA, and it's like, you know what, I'm trying to get that out here as far as, like, just billboards and making it seem like LA or like
put us on the
New
map,
York.
girl.
I don't know how to explain it, you know what I'm trying to say, but just make it more busy. It needs to be busier over here. We just had Super Bowl. That was great.
That was big.
That was great.
Was really,
you know,
big.
and I was like, we need more stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, and I know that you will do that. I look forward to seeing all of your success and progress and staying consistent.
Of course.
You definitely out here doing your thing.
Thank
so
you.
I want everybody to know that she up next, y'all. Y'all gotta keep your eyes on her, okay? Let everyone know where they can find you at on your socials, on your YouTube channel. Go ahead and brag about yourself.
All right, y'all. So y'all can follow me on Instagram, Threads, Twitch, YouTube, Leila Loca, LeILAHLOCA. Sorry. And then
so not forget to.
And then on Instagram, you guys can also follow me, locallyverified.co. That's LOCALLY verified.co. And you guys can watch my episodes on Spotify as well. Listen to them on Apple Podcasts. And now on QuaniTEA Radio.
Hey.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you again for coming on. It's been amazing. And y'all, make sure y'all follow on Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube channel, comment, like, and make sure you follow on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. And this has been another episode of QuaniTEA Radio, y'all. We out.